Captain Drew Holstead froze in his kitchen, the early morning silence shattered by the soft ping of a notification. On the countertop, Madison's tablet glowed faintly in the dim light. Upstairs, the shower was still running, and the faint scent of her coconut shampoo drifted down the stairs. Drew's eyes shifted to the screen. A message glared back at him. Send another $5K, or your husband finds out your dirty little secret. His coffee mug hit the counter hard, leaving a dark ring on the granite. He had only been gone for 3 days on assignment, yet $5,000 had mysteriously disappeared from their joint account. When he'd asked Madison about it earlier that morning, she'd brushed it off, claiming she lent the money to a friend named Sarah who was struggling with rent. But Drew knew every wife in their social circle. There was no Sarah. Another message appeared, sharper this time. Don't test me, Madison. I have photos. Drew memorized the number. It was local. From upstairs, Madison's voice floated down. Did you say something? Just talking to myself, Drew answered calmly. Coffee's ready. Outwardly composed, his mind was already turning, analyzing, planning, strategizing. The next day, Drew sat at his base office with 6 months of their bank statements spread across the desk. The pattern was clear. Small withdrawals at first, gradually increasing, leading to that final large transfer. It wasn't random. It was systematic. That afternoon, Madison texted casually, out with the girls. Back by 3. Love you. Drew was already taking action. He made a quick call. Marcus, I need tracker. Discreet and fast. Within 20 minutes, a coin-sized GPS device was hidden inside Madison's heavy leather keychain. That night, she was unusually affectionate, made his favorite meal, wore his favorite dress, smiled more than usual. Drew studied her carefully. Everything all right? He asked. Her eyes flickered. Her smile faltered just slightly. Of course, she said softly. Nothing you want to tell me? Like what? She asked, feigning innocence. Like where the money's going. Her face went pale. It's complicated, she whispered, before abruptly heading upstairs. Drew let her go. The first phase was complete. Now came observation. Over the following week, the tracker revealed her daily movements, routine errands, coffee shops, salon visits. Everything was normal, except for Tuesdays and Thursdays, those afternoons. Her car parked for over 2 hours at a small roadside motel called Desert Winds. On Friday, Drew followed her. Hidden behind a delivery truck, he watched as Madison's car arrived, followed minutes later by a black Silverado. When the driver stepped out, Drew's blood went cold. It was Kyle Tripp, a defense contractor married to Serena, another officer's wife. Kyle leaned in and kissed Madison before they both disappeared into room 127. 2 hours later, Drew approached the motel clerk, flashing his military ID and discreetly slipping him a 50. The man confirmed Kyle rented the same room twice a week, always with the same blonde woman. The picture was painfully clear. Madison was having an affair, and someone, likely Kyle's wife, was blackmailing her. Drew began digging deeper, checking Serena's social media, cross-referencing accounts, reviewing financial trails. Serena had been posting cryptic quotes about betrayal and justice, flaunting expensive purchases. She wasn't just angry. She was retaliating. One evening, Drew followed Serena to a coffee shop and watched her type an email titled Final Payment. Later, at a FedEx office, she printed a packet of photos and documents that looked disturbingly like evidence. By the next Tuesday, Drew rented the vacant motel room next to 127. Through the thin wall, he listened to every word. I want 10,000 more, or I send everything to Drew, Serena's voice hissed. Madison's voice cracked. You've already taken enough. Kyle sounded nervous. She won't stop. She's been watching us for months. Then Madison's tone shifted, cold, deliberate. Then we stop her first. There was silence. Kyle's voice came out strained. You can't be serious. I am, Madison said flatly. Drew felt a chill crawl down his spine. This wasn't just infidelity. It was conspiracy. That evening, he found Serena after her Pilates class. They're planning something, he warned. Go to the police before this gets out of control. Tears welled in her eyes. I only wanted them to feel what I felt, she whispered. I didn't mean for it to go this far. She admitted to demanding over $12,000 out of revenge. Drew's tone was calm but stern. If you keep this going, you'll lose everything. Turn yourself in. She did. That night, Serena went to police, turning over the photos, texts, and account records. Investigators launched a full inquiry into both Madison and Kyle. The next day, both Madison's car and Kyle's truck disappeared. Hours later, the FBI showed up at Drew's door. Kyle, it turned out, had been accessing restricted defense contracts, possibly leaking sensitive data. The affair and blackmail had exposed a much larger security breach. Using the GPS tracker Drew had planted, agents traced him to an abandoned industrial complex outside Pueblo. The arrests were quiet but decisive. Kyle looked defeated, hollowed out. Madison, on the other hand, was furious, thrashing against the agents, screaming as they led her away. When her eyes found Drew through the tinted window of his car, she shouted, "You did this! You ruined everything." Drew said nothing. He simply watched, silent and unflinching. He hadn't ruined anything. Madison had done that herself. All he had done was follow the truth, until it led her straight to the end of her own lies.